everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Thursday morning. I keep wanting to say Friday morning, and this is my last day working this week. I'll be off tomorrow here. So, final day of February. It's a leap day, if you want to call it that here. Once every 4 years, we get the 29th of February. Well, it's going to go down today as a windy and warmer day, and unfortunately with the warmer temperatures, low relative humidity, the dry conditions, and the high winds out there for today, the fire threat will be back. Now, out west and to the northwest, not as much of a threat. The winds will not be as strong today in these locations, but winds will be strong in central and eastern parts of the local 4 viewing area. This will go into effect at 10 o'clock this morning, and it continues a little bit later with this one compared to what we saw back on Tuesday. It expires at 8 p.m., so the winds are actually going to stay kind of blustery even going into the evening hours after dark, which will keep that fire threat around until we cool off later in the night. As for what you can expect for today, we'll see a lot of sunshine today. Winds have already become breezy out of the south here, although they are very light out west. But they're pretty breezy right in here. And this has actually also brought some smokiness to our skies, a little bit of a haze this morning because there have been ongoing wildfires in Texas and Oklahoma, and some of that smoke has come northward. It doesn't seem to be too thick. You can't really smell it out there, so it's not that bad. The visibility is not lowered because of it. That's the good news. But a little bit of smokiness in an otherwise sunny sky. As we play this out for today, watch how these arrows start to move faster and faster. Those winds are really going to crank up today. We're going to see some very strong winds gusting 40 plus miles per hour. A little bit lighter out west, not as strong in here, so that's why the red flag warning is not in place in these locations here, because the winds will not be as strong. But where those winds are gusting 30, 35, 40 plus miles per hour, yeah, there's going to be a bit of a fire threat out there for today. Heading into tonight, winds still pretty blustery this evening. Later in the night, they will come down a little bit. They're still going to be breezy tomorrow morning, but not as strong as they will be earlier in the night. I also want to back this up real quick. We're going to take this back to tonight. Late this afternoon and into tonight, notice southern and southwest areas. We'll even back this up into this afternoon. Notice the high clouds moving into the south. There is a system that's going to miss us. It's currently down in Texas and New Mexico. It's going to move to our southeast and just barely miss us. So unfortunately no moisture, but we'll get a few upper level clouds that come in later today and into this evening. And even a few more even into tomorrow morning, a few clouds could be around. Now as we head into the day tomorrow, those should quickly clear out though, and we'll see lots of sunshine on your Friday. Breezy winds out of the south and southwest. They will not be as strong tomorrow though. More of a westerly wind right in here. There's actually kind of a surface trough. Kind of located in these spots. I'll kind of point to it here, right there, surface trough. Let me draw it in real quick here. I'll roughly draw it in the surface trough right here. And so you can see the separation of the wind directions depending on which side of it you're in here. But the winds could be pretty strong in northwest Nebraska. I think the winds, while not as strong today, will still be breezy enough to create somewhat of a fire threat for your Friday. We'll probably keep that going into the weekend with more breezy days ahead. Heading into Friday night, mostly clear skies, winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour. A cold front actually is going to sink south into northern Nebraska early Saturday morning, brings a few extra clouds here, but it doesn't push south through our area. It's going to eventually stall out. And it might be a little cooler up north, but most of us will still be quite mild on Saturday. We'll see the real cold front come through Sunday during the day. That's going to bring some big changes to our weather. Well, highs for today, upper 50s and lower 60s. Nice and mild, but it comes with the price of those strong winds bringing that wildfire threat back to the area. Lows tonight, kind of similar to this morning, mid to upper 20s and low to mid 30s. The warmest temperatures will be up north, mid and even upper 30s there. And then as we look to tomorrow, high temperatures a little bit better. Low to mid 60s here, upper 60s and lower 70s here across northern and western areas. So well above average once again. Tomorrow night pretty mild, upper 20s, low to mid 30s for overnight lows. And then looking ahead to your Saturday, again, a little cooler off to the northwest in the 60s here, so that's still pretty good, though. Most of us will get into the upper 60s and low to mid 70s, though. We maybe even upper 70s here in the southwest for your Saturday afternoon. It will be a little bit breezy Saturday as well, so there's maybe somewhat of a fire threat. Sunday is more of an interesting day because we've got a cold front that's going to plow through from northwest to southeast. That front will bring a drop in temperatures, and we'll see a wide range in temperatures during the day on Sunday. In fact, I'm going to back up and I'm going to go into my editor mode real quick. So I want to show you something here. So you're not going to see my face on screen right now while I do this, but I'm going to change this to Sunday. And that's a look at the range of highs on Sunday, from the 40s in the northwest to the low 80s in the southeast. Everybody else in between is your temperature is highly dependent on the timing of that cold front as it passes through. You're gonna get a breezy south-southwest wind ahead of the front, and those winds will turn northwesterly, and they'll be pretty strong as well behind that front here. So windy conditions both sides of the front could lead to another day of high fire threat on Sunday. A little bit of moisture is going to be possible Sunday evening in the form of mainly light rain. Now I took the snow chance out as it may clear out before we get cold enough for snow. So I took it out of the forecast. It doesn't look like we're going to get much with that system. We will cool things back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and unfortunately it doesn't look like we're going to see the nice big bump up in temperatures next week. We'll still be a little bit above average, but not maybe the big jump in temperatures out there returning once again. I did throw in a slight chance of rain on Wednesday, kind of up in the air right now. Forecast models get very iffy when we get to the Monday and beyond part of the forecast when it comes to chances of moisture. I think we'll stay dry Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll see. Beyond that, we may see some active weather return, which is probably going to keep us on the cooler side of things. So right now, mostly going low and mid 50s. I think there is certainly a possibility we could end up being colder than that, especially later next week, depending on what kind of moisture we see. It could draw in colder moisture. So it's kind of a wait and see part of the forecast right now. Let's show the European model. Not much. We get that system. I mentioned that system missing us to the southeast later today and tonight. Then quiet weather tomorrow and Saturday. Sunday, here comes the cold front. That front's going to be through probably about midday in the Tri-Cities. It's passing through, and look how the winds go from south-southwesterly to northwesterly. That's going to draw in the colder air. Lack of moisture, just a little bit of light rain, not much. And then after that, we'll focus on the middle of next week around the Wednesday time frame. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe some rain and possibly snow returns. We'll see. Maybe a little more active weather, though, returning to our area. The GFS is much different, though. GFS, again, system missing us to the southeast later today, tonight, tomorrow morning. Quiet weather Friday, Saturday. Here comes the cold front Sunday. Right there, that's that cold front about midday, passing through the Tri-Cities. South and southwest winds, blustery. They'll turn more northwesterly, be blustery. Fire threat will be out there. Brings the small chance of mainly rain, maybe some snow to the northwest. It doesn't look like we're going to see much moisture. But the big difference is this model's keeping moisture around Monday night into Tuesday. That is not agreeing with the European model at all. But I almost always side with the European model more than I do the GFS if there's a big difference. So right now I would side with the European model. And then you see maybe some more chances of rain and snow later next week into next weekend. We'll see how that goes here. So not going to buy into that forecast too much right now here. So we'll kind of focus especially on these next 3 or 4 days, the warm weather that's coming. Next week, kind of a wild card right now. A lot of that will depend on timing of moisture chances, and that will determine how warm or cold will be. So with that, I'm going to let you all, speaking of, I will not see you again until next week, the 4th of March, as I am off of work for tomorrow. So Ian Mason will be filling in for me tomorrow, and I'll be back with you on Monday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all again on Monday. Talk to you all later. Bye.